All right, Tyler Metcalf. We're pretty excited about this one. We've done Amen Thompson, Anthony Black, Scoot Henderson. You know, obviously I've had my Basketball Bandits segment up on YouTube. For everyone, go check that out. I did Casey Wallace and Kobe Buffkin. But we wanted to both talk about this guy. So we wanted to talk about Houston's Jarace Walker. We wanted to focus on the defense. So we're doing a little bit of a twist. It's not just the playmaking. You had a playmaking article at NoCeilingsNBA.com that was absolutely awesome, going back to his high school days. But we wanted to talk about the damn defense when it came to Jarace Walker. So you take this one away, because I know you're just foaming at the mouth to get to this one.
You know, just for the record, so the people know, I also wrote about Jarace Walker's defensive versatility earlier in the year too. This dude is absurd. You know, when I see stuff questioning his defense, it makes absolutely no sense to me. He has been one of our favorites all year, and I just kind of forced my way onto your video show. So I appreciate you. You know, I'm the captain now. So this is one of my favorite plays from him all year, and just favorite defensive plays in general here. So Alabama's just running, you know, standard high pick and roll. Jarace has to cheat over from, you know, the weak side corner off of Brandon Miller to tag the roller, because otherwise he's getting a dunk right now. So he does that. He's strong enough where he keeps him out of the, or, you know, really holds him up in the lane too. Now his teammate Roberts is recovering. Jarace is reading Sears the entire way. So as Sears goes to leave his feet to make that pass, Jarace is already rotating over, picks it off with ease, covers a ton of ground, and then immediately bolts out in transition and gets the foul.
I hope everyone realizes how impressive, freakish, like the timing, and then you start remembering how big of a person he is. Like this is almost baiting a ball handler.
Yeah.
To be like, I dare you to throw it. Like, and it's one, like, pause it right there, Metcalf, if you can, or go back a little bit. But like, one, you're not just leaving anyone. You're leaving arguably the best three-point shooter in college basketball last year, one of the most dangerous. This is a huge game for Houston, like 1 versus 8 early in the year. So Jarace is, obviously he's saying, well, okay, I got to take away the easiest shot. But you also have to have the recognition of like, okay, I'm leaving Brandon Miller alone in the corner. So Sears is understanding that, of being like, okay, well, I have potentially the best shooter wide open in the corner if I can make this pass. But Jarace also like understands, he stops that first look, and then right when he does it, and this pass is coming, as you said, he's just off to race it. It's just unbelievable. It's like an NFL safety. It's just beautiful read. And then he has the playmaking and the handles to take this himself. And it's off to the races. We got numbers. But I also love that he does just go like, screw it, I'm going right to the basket. I'm getting to the line.
Yeah, and so if this was a smaller player or someone not as strong as Jarace, Alabama would be able to get an easy seal down here. But yeah, Jarace holds his own. And it's so important to note that he doesn't go too early. He doesn't go too late. He has to get this timing exactly right. If he goes too early, then Alabama gets a dunk. If he goes too late, he's missing it. He's out of position, and Brandon Miller has a three. But since he baits Sears into making that pass, Sears is off balance, can't get enough juice on it to make it all the way there, and Walker gets his timing right, it's game over.
We got plenty more, folks. Just buckle up.
So I thought this was a really good example of how he can kind of be that 5-man in the pick and roll.
It's just, I'm right there with you. There's too many times I've seen on tape, and everyone will point out like, oh, he gets burnt by, and I'm like, yeah, I hope he gets burnt by sometimes. He's 6'8", 250, and it's like he's not a perfect prospect, but then he does stuff like this where you see the lightning feet, you see his ability to be almost a grab and go threat with his size. He just stays active off the ball. Like he's very, very attentive. I love how quick the feet can get going. Like there, if you want to pinpoint something and maybe like his hands get up a little bit just to prevent maybe a pass. But I like how he gets back. He stayed close and to attack, and then just go get it. You know, at some point, go get the damn ball.
Like you said, he's low in his stance, constantly moving his feet, super active. And here, you know, gives his guy a little shove, so disrupts the screen a little bit. But then he's low and not dropping where this guy has a ton of space to attack, but also, you know, not so far up that he can blow past him. So he's in a good spot, and he's constantly staying connected. The second that Sears picks up his dribble, Jarace is going back to recover to his man and continues to stay rim side until the opportunity presents itself for him to make a play. quickness of the hands, the decisive decision making, and also just imagine how terrifying it would be to see Jarace Walker just explode at you from behind your screener like this, just like surprise.
Well, you just don't see guys like his frame like move like this and have the ability and the lightning quick hands. You know, I talk all the time about like Kobe Buffkin and Casey Wallace. Me and you've talked about it, of they have two of the most violent hands when it comes to just on-ball defense. And like this play with Jarace just opens your eyes. Like obviously the finish is just like, whoa, that's even that looked easy, and it was probably throw my back out, and it's just like it's freakish. But he just does so much stuff defensively that's just like, oh gosh, like the foundation of tools he has on the defensive side of the ball are just ridiculous.
Yeah, and this one was just a really great possession all around. There's a lot that goes on here. And for the record, the whistle is a 24
dare
second.
You? Oh, it was a 24 second. Okay,
it's 24 seconds.
I was about to be like, come on, zebras. Lightning quick feed out there on the perimeter. Get back into the play. Analyze. Don't be overzealous. I love that. Probably is my favorite part of the whole clip, Metcalf, besides his just awesome feet. But he understood that shot was going to be wild, and he just protected this side of the rim.
Yeah, he just tried to make it even more difficult.
Yeah, like a lot of people would have swiped down, tried to block that. I think just understanding like he's either got to finish with this side or it's nightmare.
And then just how much ground he is constantly covering. So this is 10 seconds. So starts at the top of the key, steps out to force the shovel pass, then recovers to hedge the screen on the opposite side. So now he's on the far left wing. And he's almost on his bench, forces the spin back, recovers to the roller, gets a little help from the weak side defender, but recovers to the roller to take away that pass, stays with it, now tracks the ball to the cutter, dispatches with his guy, forces the wild reverse layup, gets the shot clock violation.
It's beautiful.
And then this was the last one where it's just perfect timing. Again, really accurate hands, just reading the intention and the desires of the offense. You know, they have a mismatch down low, obviously trying to get that entry pass over the top. Jarace can't completely leave his guy in the corner, but he can cheat off a little bit. He can wait until they make an even more exaggerated lob pass, and from there he gets his timing perfect and just pokes it away.
Yeah, like where he starts, he's almost up in that corner and it's just creeping. I mean, that's just continue to don't let your feet become center blocks. Just keep putting yourself in ideal position. And then right when he sees the perfect opportunity, because he's improved his positioning, it makes this much easier. Because that's an all-in. You have to be all in on that play if you're Jarace. And he eventually gets himself to a spot where he's like, I can go all in. Obviously, we'd probably prefer a better pass. Shout out Memphis passer. But I just think that's the little stuff.
It's baiting the offense into throwing a pass that he wants them to make, because he's steadily creeping over here. He knows that's the pass they want to make, so he's slowly putting himself in a position where it makes it look like that's a viable option. But he knows that once that pass is made, he's going and he's taking it. The off-ball stuff is obviously incredibly high-level thinking. But then even just how he moves on ball, I think is so impressive. Just really slides his feet, stays balanced. I don't know how you could ask a 6'8", 250-pound guy to move better than this.
Well, if I'm being picky, it's like there's stuff. There's obviously like he has one little short step when the guy's trying to counter back that you could probably wipe out, but that's me nitpicking, and that's stuff that will get fixed and get ironed out when he gets reps and keeps playing. And I think it just shows you, like you said, like how light he is on his feet for his size, and the frame he has allows him to almost make up for anything that's not, over the top perfect. But I'm right there with you. The stuff he does on the ball is so impressive. And I know a lot of people have been kind of questioning it, and I'm like, well, come on, what are we talking about here? Like, spoiler alert, every prospect gets beat. Like every single one is going to have a bad possession, but I think the amount of positive possessions Jarace has as a defender are overwhelming.
Yeah, and his stance does get a little narrow towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
He does come up out of his stance a little bit, but since he's so light on his feet, since he has such good agility, and since he's not crossing his feet here, he's never really off balance. And then he has the strength to absorb the contact on the drive and, stay in that really promising position.
I mean, you love that. That's textbook. Absolutely love this textbook, Metcalf. Just slide your feet, stay up, hand up, contest.
And what I love about when he drops here, so as the guy drives, so many defenders would have their left foot here drop back towards the lane. He goes straight horizontal. And he's not opening up his hips to, just make sure that he can stay with the guy. He's adamant about cutting him off because he has the strength and the footwork to do so, observes the contact, and then gets a good contestant.
I love that because if you're the ball handler, you're just like, oh, okay, now I can get him. Oh, no. And it just shows you that's great. Get your hands up, stay right there. And most guys on that second attempt would probably find themselves out of position, and he reads it just like a textbook of then like, oh, there's the ball, I'm going to swipe at it. Hands straight up, don't foul, get it. I love that.
Yeah, again, just perfect footwork, the strength to kill the drive, and then the balance and the timing and the quickness of the hands to poke it loose on the second drive attempt. That's a really good hesitation move and like escape dribble into another drive, and maybe questionable decision on how big that driving lane is with
right.
I think that's Tremont Mark also right there, but Jarace is the one forcing that turnover, and Jarace is the one, continuing to stay between the ball and the rim. It's just he's incredibly light on his feet, and how quick his hands are. It's so impressive. There aren't many power forwards who can do this.